Today you will hear a great story. It is simple but very powerful. It is about hope and freedom. It is easy to follow. And you will learn real English. Just relax and enjoy the journey. Let the story stay in your mind. Maybe it will inspire you too.
Thunder hits again outside. Andy hits the pipe each time. The loud noise hides his sound. The big pipe is his only way out. He tries many times. At last, the pipe opens. Dirty water rushes out fast. The smell is very bad. But Andy does not stop. He climbs into the pipe. The sewer makes him sick. But he keeps moving forward. He crawls for his freedom. He has waited 20 years. He gets out of the sewer. He runs along the small river. Then he takes off his prison clothes. Andy is free at last.
We tell movie stories in simple English, so you can picture everything in your mind and learn English naturally through understanding. Follow the challenge, make learning English easier.
Many people ask about Andy. Why did he stay in prison so long? It started 20 years ago. Andy found his wife cheating. He was angry and hurt. He took a gun one night. He drank a lot of alcohol. He wanted to kill them. But he stopped himself. He threw the gun into a river. That same night, 2 people died. His wife and her lover were shot. Andy became the first suspect. The gun was never found. The bullets matched his gun. The court said he was guilty. And he got 2 life sentences. He was sent to Shawshank. Life in Shawshank is very hard. Old inmates are not friendly. They even make secret bets. They guess who will cry first. Reed is an old inmate. He does not believe in Andy. He makes a big bet. Andy knows nothing about it. He only fears the new place. The warden gives a speech. A new guy asks a small question. When can I use the toilet? The warden kicks him hard. Later they clean the new inmates. They put powder on their skin. Andy enters his tiny cell. The first night is the worst. Many new inmates start crying. One fat man cries very loudly. He cannot handle the fear. He becomes the bet winner. His crying wakes the guards. The guard drags him out. The guard beats him hard. The man stops moving. They send him to medical. But he dies before morning. The inmates feel sad for him. But morning comes as usual. Everyone eats breakfast again. Andy keeps a low profile in prison. He does not talk to many people. Prison life is very boring. Andy wants a small rock hammer. He wants to carve stones. He asks Reed for help. Red thinks Andy wants to escape. But the hammer is very tiny. No one can dig fast with it. Andy finally gets the hammer. But trouble comes again. A group called the Sisters appears. They follow Andy everywhere. One man likes Sandy too much. He talks to Andy in the shower. Andy always ignores him. One day the sisters catch Andy. They corner him in his storage room. Andy fights very hard. But he is outnumbered. Andy gets badly hurt. The sisters attack him for 2 years. Andy often has bruises on his face. 1 month later, a job appears. The warden needs 12 men. They must fix the prison roof. It is a good outdoor job. Reed uses his connections. He chooses men he likes. Andy is one of them. Andy enjoys the fresh air. He also avoids the sisters. One day the captain talks. He says he got money. But taxes take too much. He feels very upset. Andy hears the problem. Andy knows about taxes. He offers help bravely. The captain gets angry first. He pushes Andy to the edge. Others are scared. Andy speaks calmly. He explains a legal way. The captain starts listening. They reach an agreement. Andy will fix the taxes. The captain gives a reward. He buys cold beer for all. They drink on the roof. For a moment, they feel free. Andy only sits and smiles. He enjoys the warm sunset. He feels a little bit alive. But trouble finds Andy again. The sisters attack him again. Andy fights as hard as he can. But he loses the fight. He is hurt very badly. Andy stays in medical a month. The captain is very angry. He punishes the sisters' leader. First, he gets 1 week in the hole. Then, the captain beats him badly. The leader is badly injured. He is sent to another prison. He can only eat with a straw. Andy returns from the medical room. He thinks life will be calmer. But one day guards enter his cell. They start a surprise check. They turn his room upside down. Andy stands still and waits. The warden takes Andy's Bible. He tests Andy with a verse. Andy answers perfectly. The warden smiles a little. His guard goes down a bit. He sees a poster on the wall. Posters are not allowed. But he says nothing. He returns the Bible to Andy. He says, "Salvation lies within." The warden wants to use Andy. He moves Andy to the library. Andy works with old books. The library job looks easy. But it is only a cover. Andy helps guards with money. He gives tax advice for free. Andy becomes famous in prison. More guards come to him. Red helps Andy with papers. They both work every day. 6 years pass very quickly. Andy wants more books for inmates. He asks the warden for money. The warden says no. Andy does not give up. He writes 1 letter every week. He asks the state for money. One day, Andy returns to the library. He sees Brooks holding a knife. Brooks is scared and confused. Andy calms him down slowly. Brooks has news. He is free. He can leave Shawshank. But Brooks is not happy. He lived in prison 50 years. Prison became his whole world. Red says Brooks is institutionalized. In prison, he had respect. Outside, he has nothing. Brooks leaves prison slowly. He lets his bird fly away. The outside world is scary. Cars move too fast. The city feels too big. The state gives him a room. They give him a simple job. But he feels alone. People think he is too old. He cannot adjust to life. He thinks of going back. He cannot do it anymore. One day, Brooks wears a suit. He leaves a sentence on the wall. Then he ends his life. Prisoners feel very sad. They talk about Brooks for days. Weeks pass and letters are sent. Andy keeps writing every week. One day, many old books arrive. A check of $200 comes too. The state wants Andy to stop writing. Andy says he will write 2 letters now. Andy finds a music record in the books. He plays it in the office. He locks the door behind him. He turns on the microphone. The music spreads in every room. All inmates stop to listen. They feel calm for a moment. Andy sits and enjoys the sound. The warden shouts at the door. Andy turns the volume even louder. Guards break in and stop the music. Andy is punished right away. He gets 2 weeks in the hole. Andy comes out tired but smiling. He says hope lives in music. Reed does not agree with him. Reed says hope is dangerous inside. Reed has failed parole many times. He thinks hope brings pain. Andy gives Reed a harmonica. Andy tells him to keep hope. Andy keeps writing 2 letters weekly. After a long time, money comes again. The state sends $500 a year. Andy also gets many old books. He buys more books by weight. The small library changes slowly. It becomes the best prison library. More inmates come to read. Andy helps them learn. In the same year, a new plan begins. The warden starts outside work. Inmates work outside for free. Many companies want prison labor. They give money to the warden secretly. The money is illegal. Andy helps clean the money. He uses legal tricks. He creates a fake man on paper. All the clean money goes there. No one can trace the truth. Red calls Andy a genius. New inmates arrive at Shawshank. One young man named Tommy stands out. Tommy is lively, unfriendly. He becomes close to Andy. Tommy wants to change his life. He wants a high school diploma. He asks Andy for help. Andy teaches him from ABC. Tommy studies very hard. 1 year passes quickly. It is time for the exam. Andy becomes the test watcher. Tommy sits and tries his best. He gets nervous and angry. He thinks he failed. He throws the paper away. Andy quietly picks it up. Andy mails it to the board. Tommy later feels sorry. He tells Reid his feelings. They talk about Andy's case. Tommy remembers a story. A man in another prison bragged. That man killed 2 lovers once. He said a banker took the blame. Tommy realizes the truth. Andy might be innocent. He runs to tell Andy. Andy is shocked but hopeful. Andy goes to the warden. Andy says he is innocent now. Andy asks for a new trial. The warden stays very cold. He says the story is impossible. He does not want Andy to leave. Andy offers to stay quiet. He will never talk about money. But the warden still punishes him. Andy gets 1 more month in the hole. Reid tells the inmates the truth. Reid says Andy is innocent. Tommy soon gets a letter. It is his exam result. Tommy passed the test. Andy hears the news in the hall. Andy smiles for the first time. That night, the warden calls Tommy. Tommy walks to the backyard. The place is dark and quiet. The warden acts friendly at first. He lights a cigarette for Tommy. He asks Tommy about Andy. He asks if he will testify. Tommy answers yes right away. The warden's face turns dark. He signals the guard in the tower. The gunshot fires suddenly. Tommy falls to the ground. The warden says Tommy tried to escape. Everyone knows it is a lie. But no one can fight the warden. The warden wants Sandy under control. He killed Tommy to scare Andy. Andy must keep doing the books. Andy has no choice now. He obeys to stay alive. When Andy leaves the hole, he changes. One day he talks calmly to Reed. Andy says he wants to go west. He says the place is Uchiano. It is by the Pacific Ocean. He says it has no bad memories. He wants to fix boats there. He wants to run a small hotel. Andy tells Red to join him someday. He says Red will find new life. Red thinks Andy is dreaming. Andy answers with a strong line. Get busy living or dying. Andy then gives Red directions. He talks about a stone wall. He talks about a big oak tree. He says a black rock hides something. Reed asks what it is. Andy walks away without a word. Another inmate gives new news. Andy asked for a rope. The rope is 6 feet long. Red becomes very scared. He cannot sleep all night. In the morning, Reed hears the truth. Andy is not dead. Andy escaped from Shawshank. Andy started digging many years ago. It began with the rock hammer. He hit the wall gently at first. He found the wall was soft inside. The old building made it weak. Andy asked Red for posters. The posters hide the whole well. Every night Andy dug a little. He dug slowly and quietly. During yard time, he drops dirt. At first, Andy had no escape plan. He dug just to pass time. Escape felt too dangerous. Everything changed after Tommy's death. Andy sees the truth clearly. He knows he must escape. He wants justice for himself. On his last day, Andy works in the office. The warden leaves for a moment. Andy switches the warden's ledger. He hides the real one in his coat. Andy then finds a clean suit. He wears shiny shoes too. He walks out like a free man. No guard notices anything. Andy returns to his cell at night. Lights go off at the usual time. Andy packs his small things. He pulls the poster aside. A long tunnel waits behind it. Andy crawls into the tunnel. He reaches the sewer pipe. Heavy rain hits outside. The thunder hides all noise. Andy breaks open the pipe. Dirty water washes over him. Andy crawls and crawls forward. He reaches the end of the pipe. He pushes himself out to the river. He tears off his prison clothes. He stands in the heavy rain. Andy is finally free. Early in the morning, guards find the escape. They shout Andy's name loudly. The warden runs to the cell. He sees the poster on the wall. He throws a rock at it. The rock breaks through the poster. A big hole appears behind it. Everyone is shocked. Andy is already far away. He takes a bus to a nearby town. Andy wears his suit and hat. He looks like a normal man now. Andy walks into a bank. He uses the fake name he created. He withdraws all the money. He visits several banks that day. Andy also sends documents to a newspaper. The papers show the warden's crimes. They show the money and the deals. By evening, the news hits headlines. Reporters rush to Shawshank. Police officers come too. The warden is surrounded. The warden tries to burn records. He opens his safe quickly. But only a Bible is inside. He finds Andy's old message. Salvation lies within. Thy hammer shape is cut inside. The warden finally realizes everything. He takes out his gun slowly. Police knock on his door. The warden points the gun at himself. He pulls the trigger. Days later, Reed gets a postcard. There is no name on it. But Reed knows it is from Andy. Time keeps moving in Shawshank. Reed sits for parole again. This is his 40th year. Reed has no hope this time. The board asks him the same question. Are you rehabilitated? Reed answers honestly at last. He says he does not know the word. He says no one really cares. The room becomes silent. The board stamps approve. Reed is shocked but calm. Red leaves Shawshank quietly. He rides a bus like Brooks. He moves into a small room. Brooks's carving is still on the beam. Red tries to live a normal life. He works in a supermarket. He bags goods for customers. But prison habits stay with him. He asks the boss before using the toilet. The boss feels very awkward. Red feels trapped inside. He thinks of Brooks often. He thinks of the same choice. But he remembers Andy. He still has a promise to keep. Red buys a small compass. He travels to Buxton alone. He finds the stone wall. He finds the big oak tree. He sees the strange black rock. Red digs under the rock. He finds a rusty metal box. Inside is money and a letter. Andy's words fill the page. Andy asks Reed to come find him. He says hope is still alive. Red closes the letter slowly. He feels hope growing again. He thinks about Andy's words. Get busy living. Red decides to try living again. Red goes back to his room. He packs all his things. He takes a small knife. He carves on the beam like brooks. He writes, Reed was here too. But Reed does not feel lost. He feels ready to move on. Red buys a bus ticket. He breaks his parole rules. He leaves the town quietly. He rides towards Uchiano. On the bus, Red feels excited. He feels free for the first time. He looks out the window and smiles. Red finally reaches the coast. The sky is bright and blue. The ocean shines under the sun. Red walks along the beach. He sees a man by a boat. The man is fixing the boat. Red walks closer. The man turns around. It is Andy. They look at each other. They do not need words. Their smiles say everything. The blue sea waits for them. They will start a new life together.
We tell movie stories in simple English, so you can picture everything in your mind and learn English naturally through understanding. Follow the challenge, make learning English easier.